Samuel's first prophecy. I ain't gonna read all that though. I want to read right here what it said. Then a man of Benjamin ran from the battle line the same day and came to Shiloh with the clothes torn and dirt on his head. Now, when he came, there was Eli sitting on his seat by the wayside, watching, for his heart trembled for the ark of God. And when the man came into the city and told it, all the city cried out. When Eli heard the noise of the outcry, he said, "What does the sound of the tumult mean?" And when the man came quickly and told Eli, Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were so dim that he could not see. Then the man said to Eli, "I am he who came from the battle, and I fled today from the battle line." And he said, "What happened, my son?" So the messenger answered and said to Israel, has fled before the Philistines, and there has been a great slaughter among the people. Also, your two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God has been captured. Then it happened when he made mention of the ark of God that Eli fell off the seat backwards by the side of the gate, and his neck was broken, and he died. For the man was old and heavy, and he had judged Israel 40 years. Now his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child, due to be delivered. And when she heard the news, the ark of God was captured, and that her father-in-law and husband were dead, she bowed herself and gave birth, for her labor pain came upon her. And about the time of her death, the woman who stood by her said to her, "Do not fear, for you have borne a son." But she did not answer, nor did she regard it. Then she named the child Ishbod, saying, "The glory has departed from Israel, because the ark of God had been captured, and because of her father-in-law and her husband." And she said, "The glory has departed from Israel, for the ark of God has been captured." Now, that's almost similar to what we're going through right here. Right here, and then you can look at the what they say, the trap curse. It really ain't a curse, bro. It's like, do I supposed to move from here? God really saying, "Come wait right here though." But I'm saying, when you look at this, and then it says, what it say? It said, "Then the Philistines took the ark of God and brought it from Ebenezer Ashdod." When the Philistines took the ark of God, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. And when the people of Ashdod arose early in the morning, there was Dagon falling on his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord. So they took Dagon and set it in the place again. And when he arose early that next morning, there had fallen, and he fallen on his face to the ground before the ark of the Lord, the head of the Dagon, both the palm. No, that ain't what I want to read. Oh, right here. So you skip one chapter and go to chapter 6, like I said, and then it goes to Samuel. And it say, "Now the ark of the Lord was in the country of the Philistines 7 months, and the Philistines called for the priests and the diviners, saying, 'What shall we do with the ark of the Lord. Tell us how we should send it to its place. So you see, they wanted to put this back together. They knew they had to put it back together. But whatever was done was totally wrong, bro. Like somebody went above and beyond to make something perverse, wickedly evil, just for their own selfish greed. In this situation, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that situation. I don't know really what they did it for, but it sounds like the same thing, bro. I'm telling you, it's like the Bible just repeating itself. You know, that's why I can't wait. I got the Ethiopian Bible, but I put it with my other books. I never find it. I'm gonna have to go and buy that book, buy the original Ethiopian Bible, cause that Bible, it's just that's what it is. That's what it is. And but that's what's going on here, bro. It's like, and a lot of our generational curses go back here to the biblical days, bro. And that's what we ain't paying attention to. And you wouldn't know it until you got into your purpose. You wouldn't notice until you got into your purpose. I thought getting into my person and breaking generational curses was stopping drugs, this sexual immorality, killing, whatever it might be, whatever might fall upon my family that my family done over lifetimes. And when I started passing all these tests, when it came down to breaking generational curses, I saw it sending me somewhere. And you know, before this time, my life was boring, even though I had everything I wanted, even though I could do anything I wanted. My life felt incomplete. But for some apparent reason, when I started doing this, it was like I was built to do this. It was like I was created here and put here just to serve this purpose. And like I already got a great life somewhere else. But God put me here to do my purpose. And my purpose was to heal the generational curses. So as I started healing the generational curses, I realized that uh, it's taking me back to the biblical days. And that's why I use that example, which is not a good one. And I said, like Eve, when she did that with Adam, that was a sin. That's a generational curse right there. It take you back there. So when you look at it in this orderly fashion, you can't get to those curses. You can't get to the root of the root of the cause, the problem, until you heal yourself from all the other external curses that we done put upon ourselves over lifetime. So it's like I had to cleanse. As I'm cleansing myself, I'm walking. Even though you see me standing still and standing in this one spot, it's nothing like that. I'm evolving more in these 5 years. That's why I say everyone who robbed me and did what you did, thank you. Because it put me on my path. Because I couldn't do the typical thing that I would normally do back in my street days. I had to take a different approach. And it was an approach that I couldn't call nobody about. It was an approach that I couldn't talk to nobody about. It wasn't a friend out here. If I had a friend out here, it was nothing I could talk to nobody about of how to deal with this situation. So I took it upon myself and I went and kept doing it because it felt whole to me. It felt, no matter, like I said, no matter what I had in my past life, no matter what I had going on in my past life, no matter the money I had, none of that, it felt empty, void. It felt hollow. It felt like something wasn't right. Uh, so uh, uh, the density is growing now. So as I'm going down this road, I'm cleansing myself, I'm healing myself. Yeah, you go through this humiliation. After a while of going through humiliation become like clothes, like a body or armor of God. You go through this humiliation, it strengthens you somehow. I don't know what it is. I done been through so many humiliations in my life. When I found out that most of the industry was being blackballed and blackmailed, I laughed. I said, my God, these folks grown, got it going on. You really care about what somebody think about you? I wouldn't care. And so it's just like putting on the armor of God. And all this stuff, is you got to read between the lines. How could you put on the armor of God? Well, I really couldn't tell you that exactly, but I can give you some ideas and some pointers. One, you can believe in God wholeheartedly and do exactly what God told you to do and go down that narrow path. And then as you cleansing yourself and healing yourself, you could take that whooping that's what we call trials and tribulations. You can take that whooping that's gonna come upon you, which is humiliation, and then you let it dress you up. You just show people it's not gonna hold you down. I know how I feel to walk around, man. You walk around town, you walk around people, you ain't met, it feel like they know you somehow, and they laughing and going on. And you ain't did nothing to them, never met them a day in your life, but it feel like they know your personal life, your personal space, and everything you do. And man, I've been knowing that feeling since I was a little one, since I was 12 years old. And I'm telling you, you get used to it. And then after you get used to it, it's like the energy shift. And it is shifting because they ain't nothing but program. It's God teaching you and healing you through the trial and tribulation. Them people gonna be reformed. I watched God do it. I watched God play with human beings as if we was a video game now, and just transform their whole mindset. And one minute they might be snickering and giggling and laughing. The next minute they all want to jump in the bed with me, or jump in the house with me, jump in the car with me, be on my team, help me out, give me money. I'm talking about in split seconds. So it's like a test from God. It's like you're going to pass this test. So what we typically do when we go through the humiliation, it ain't rituals. When we go down this humiliation trail, we typically break down. This ain't humiliation ritual. I'm not talking about no stuff like that. I'm talking about humiliation is just another thing that's been transformed by Satan. You can do the humiliation ritual to join Satan groups and tribes and mountains and whatever else, or you can just deal with the humiliation and show God that you honor God, and you can care less about how people feel about you and treat you. And that right there is going to evolve you. For me, that evolved me more than ever than dealing with whatever they got going on the other side. 'Cause I was born in the dark. So I've been trying to get myself to the light for a long time. And when these so-called tests started coming out in 2020, that's a joke to me, because I was already born in the dark. And when I figured out how to, when I was trying to learn and search it diligently for God, I applied myself genuinely, but it took a while. It took me. I've been working on myself wholeheartedly, getting to God I know for a fact for a good 20 years. And I started letting stuff go because I was already a leader by the time I was 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? In every way fashionable. So I had to let go of stuff. And at this point, I had to willingly let go. It wasn't nobody around me to make me do nothing. So when you look at that situation right there, that's exactly what we're going through. It's like somebody did something that was totally wickedly evil. You don't take nothing of the light and try to support the dark with it. And you see that last part I read, that's something to think about right there. When it said, so they said if you sin, they said now the ark of the Lord was in the country of the Philistines 7 months. And the Philistine called the priests and the diviners, saying, what shall we do with the ark of the Lord? Tell us how we should send it to its rightful place. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the curse and the plagues had to been so overwhelming that they were scared to even deal with this stuff anymore. People getting sick, people getting ill, people dying. And it don't matter who you are. It don't matter if you're an elite of all elites in the physical. If you of this physical, in this physical, you had anything to do with this situation, it's like plagues and stuff start raining down on you. And they get to the point where you don't even want to do it. Like that instrument that they're using, you buried it, didn't you? You went off and buried it because you're all scared of it at this point. You buried it. But see, these people were smarter than we was, a lot smarter. They knew the best thing to do was put it back to and give it back to its rightful place and its rightful position and its rightful owner. And then God would tell me what I need to do. If something like that was meant to be here, 9 times out of 10 it was meant to stay here. If God would have told me to stay here, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what God tell me to do. So if let's say you stole it to keep me stuck here. You don't play God like that, but you didn't do it like that. You did it for your own greedy needs. You did it for your own selfish desires. You didn't kill nothing. And a lot of people got hurt in this situation. A lot of people got re-navigated. And let me tell you something else out there. The angels, when you are vibrating on the light of God, anybody can be Jesus Christ. once you tap into that crest chakra, you might well say you Jesus Christ when you really done wholeheartedly gave yourself to God. When you done got to that elevation of light, when you done got to that elevation of light and you start attacking this person, you don't know what to expect. Okay? Y'all was judging me. My family never gave me a chance. You were too busy judging me. You were listening to the people that were supposed to be closest to me, and you went off of their understanding about me, but the people that live in this house with me never knew me. So, with that being said, you took the light of God. You took a source that belonged to the light of God that God gave to his child, and you gave it to somebody of wickedness. So basically, you, even if this person is a high vibrational dark person, to you they might not be evil, but this person is, you just turned this person dark or evil by doing what you did, because you can't just give something that's of the light of God and give it to an evil person and expect the same outcome. That's just ridiculously stupid. But see, these people was a lot smarter than us. They were passing out and dying when they found out, whoa, wait a minute, don't do that, don't do that. They knew the great plague that was going to come amongst the people once somebody even touched and did something like that. And that's what y'all did. And you only did it for money. Ain't nothing going to work out for nobody. Everything, you keep putting all this stuff in motion. I'm telling you, my father got a sense of humor now. My father will say, allow it. And that means, even if it means allowing you to float to the top, allowing you to blossom, allowing you to feel the gold. Yeah, and take care of yourself out there. And you ain't going nowhere. It gotta be. Let me stop laughing, cause I get in trouble for that, cause I'm over here with God. I can't do it like that. But I'm telling you, bro, he got a sense of humor, come from God. Comedy, come from God. Attitude, come from God. Being cool, come from God. Being a thug, gangster, and all that stuff, everything that we could possibly think of, everything in this world that ever been known to man came from God, no matter how we look at it. And that's why I told you, I done seen good gangsters and good thugs. And the original plan for gangsters was to help to protect. They were basically our police officers. Totally opposite of the day in this perverse world. They were just cops. They were just archangels. That's it. I'm telling y'all, bro. I like doing it God way because it makes sense. Everything else is in shambles. So you got to ask yourself, 1811, who really in the Truman Show? Is it me or y'all? In this situation, we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot from people like Mormons and stuff. We see why you see them making their own stuff and doing that, and you wonder why you just do it. Now I see why. Cause I wish I can go to somebody and cut my hair, but I know better. Cause I pay you more to get up every string of hair and watch you get up every string of hair in my hair and put my hair in a bag and put it all in my hand. As bad as people be doing, I seen so much candle magic, hair magic. I seen so many people do it, and you know it ain't got nothing to just do the South, and then the South, and the blacks in the South, whatever. I seen people do this that's high vibrational. I seen people do this in high seats. Do magic candle, so much candle magic, you think they sleep with candles. The wax just going all over them. Hair magic, candle magic, hair magic, candle magic, hair magic, candle magic. I mean, I'm telling you, you see people won't get up, won't do nothing for themselves. They'll make a candle and sell it. People out here selling candles like crack rock. Not funny. I'm serious, bro. We gotta be serious out here. It's serious something going on. And then I'm looking at this, I'm watching the magic and watch how it transforms stuff. And it's amazing. When I hear my father God say magic, candle magic, hair magic, and it's like, I keep hearing somebody named Caleb. I keep hearing somebody say magic, and they just doing all this magic stuff. Now, these names I be bringing up, they could be helping me or not helping me, y'all. I'm not saying nobody bad, but it's just like, some of y'all done been in my energy so long, I feel like y'all are an extension to myself. Whether you doing bad or good or not. You living off me, you being me, you trying to be me, you got my money, you got my damn identity, you got everything. Thank God, in a way I feel like thank God somebody possibly sold their soul. Because when that devil deals up, I expect everything that's supposed to be mine right back to where it belongs. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just irate. And that's why I said I really can't get mad at the movies, because it's like somebody of higher ups realize when people sell their soul, and it's like they entrap them. Trap these people up. Don't let them move until that energy go away. And it makes sense, man. All of it. But anyway, I was just listening to that, and I said, look at that right there. Like, whatever y'all did, it's obviously, that's another reason why I said God put me and said, stay right here, because it seemed like y'all catching hell, bro. I should be the one complaining. I should be the one hurt. I seen so many love. Y'all renavigated light energy. If this is God's child, and God gave this child, obviously y'all got an instrument that's ancient, over ancient. That belonged to God's child. Okay, well guess what? The energy that you finna renavigate with that instrument, they belong to God's child. If this is God's child, this child is of the light, then surely you don't think that God finna send demon women to him. So all the women and all the friends and stuff that's supposed to come to this child that you renavigated was absolute angels. And no offense to angels or nothing, but angels so pure at heart, when they new to something, even if they even in the streets, they kind of be gullible to it. The one place an angel don't need to be is in the hands of darkness. So y'all sat there and took that instrument and put it in somebody else's hand, and that ain't just blood on your hand, that's angel blood on your hands. Who the hell you think? Who are you? What are you? What are you doing? And I'm gonna tell you something else. All I seen happen in my family since this been going, you tore the family apart. You kept thinking you knew more than my grandparents, and you didn't. Y'all kids wasn't nowhere near what all y'all kids put together couldn't mount up to my grandma and my grandpa. There's something wrong with y'all. You have all that potential, all that stuff that you could have done for yourself and done for the family, and the best thing you could do is how to tear it apart. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all ain't kicking right. Go buy a car, fix it up, and show everybody. That's all y'all good for. Y'all ain't nothing like y'all parents. Tore the family apart, tore the town apart, and tearing up social media. You just keep tearing up. That you can't see the plagues? You can't see the plagues by now? You don't see the plagues? Let me get out of here.